Your company isn't just paying you for your skills. They are actively exploiting your deepest psychological insecurities, and you are letting them do it. You call it having a strong work ethic. You call it being a team player. But let's be entirely honest for a second. That burning need to never drop the ball, that constant urge to over-deliver, that isn't just dedication. That is a defense mechanism. Bending over backwards to be the ideal employee is an armor you wear because you are terrified of being criticized, rejected, or exposed as a fraud. And a toxic workplace? They can smell that fear like blood in the water. Let's look at how this manifests in the real world. You step into a new role or a high-pressure corporate culture. The environment seems fast-paced, important, but pay close attention to the unspoken rules. These cultures are almost always driven by narcissistic leaders, managers who intentionally withhold praise to maintain control, who keep the goalposts constantly moving, and who covertly signal, "You are lucky just to be here." If you were arrogant, you would quit. But because you have high empathy and a deep desire to do good work, you fall right into the trap. You don't recognize the environment as toxic. Instead, you experience something psychologists call institutional betrayal. When the impossible demands are placed on you, when the subtle gaslighting happens in the meeting, you don't blame the boss. You internalize the hostility. Because you care so much, your brain makes a fatal calculation and concludes, the environment is correct. I am the error. I just need to work harder. This psychological submission doesn't just happen in your head. It leaks out into your physical reality. Watch your own body language the next time you step into the office. You do the postural shrink. Even though you hold a position of authority, even though you are the expert in the room, you pull your elbows in. You cross your legs tightly. You subconsciously try to physically take up less space at the boardroom table. You are making yourself small to avoid becoming a target. Listen to how you speak. You use uptalk. You take factual, declarative statements, and you end them with a rising intonation, almost like you're asking a question. You throw in a nervous, self-deprecating laugh after giving a brilliant strategy. Why do you do this? Because you are subconsciously signaling to the narcissists in the room, "Please don't attack me. I am not challenging your authority." Then, there is the work itself. You compulsively over-prepare. You will spend 5 hours writing a highly detailed, 50-page brief for a casual 10-minute sync. You tell yourself this is just diligence. No, it isn't. It's a trauma response. The system weaponizes this anxiety against you. They don't have to micromanage you. They don't even have to threaten you. They just have to trigger your fear of failing, and you will manage yourself. You will do the work of 3 different people for the salary of 1, and you will thank them for the opportunity. So, how do you disarm a system built to exploit your psychology? You stop trying to outwork it, and you start executing what we call tactical detachment. Here are the 3 practical steps to starve a toxic environment of the fear it feeds on. Step 1. The 85% rule. Your anxiety demands you give 150% just to feel safe, but the corporation doesn't actually need 150%. They just take it because it's free. Starting tomorrow, cap your effort at exactly 85%. Write the brief, but do not obsess over the formatting. End the project when it meets the baseline requirements. At first, your nervous system will scream at you. You will feel exposed. Sit with that anxiety. Watch what happens, which is absolutely nothing. The sky won't fall, and you will buy back hours of your life. Step 2. The forced choice protocol. Toxic managers love to dump impossible deadlines on your desk to trigger your panic response. When they say, "I need these 3 massive projects done by Friday," do not absorb their anxiety. Do not say, "I'll figure it out." Instead, you reflect the friction back to them. You say, "I have the capacity to finish Project A or Project B by Friday. Which one is the priority?" Force them to do the emotional labor of managing the schedule. You are no longer their shock absorber. Step 3. Emotional flatlining. Toxic workplaces run on dramatic validation cycles, periods of intense praise followed by cold, unexplained rejection. You must stop treating your job as a report card on your soul. When they criticize you, do not apologize profusely. When they praise you, do not act overly grateful. Neutral face. Neutral tone. Give them nothing to feed on. Treat the job exactly for what it is. A purely financial transaction. The system only works if you agree that your worth is tied to your output. You are not the error in the room. You are the asset. And it is time you start negotiating like one. Tell me in the comments, which of these 3 tactics are you going to test on your boss tomorrow?